what's happening. They're up close and personal with Low. The question, the answer, and the truth. The other day I had left off on how long before I get into that? I had said the last time that I was the youngest person at West State Prison into 2026 when they shut Alto down. My bad, they shut Alto down in 2006 and changed it from being a men prison to a woman prison. And today it's still a woman prison. But I had touched on what would me now tell the 18-year-old me when I caught that time. You know, I ain't big on putting sugar on shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight shit, no sugar over here. Gotta let people know that it for real. Like, shit for real. But I just would have told them, like, hey, you here now. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no sense of crying, ain't no sense of moping. You here, cause did what you had to want. Cause you got to know when you in the street. You know what I'm saying? Your options become limited. You can even pinpoint them. But I just would have told the 18-year-old me, man, don't feed into a lot of things. You ain't gotta react. You ain't gotta respond. You ain't even gotta entertain it. You ain't even gotta acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't no immediate threat to you, don't even take it serious, man. A lot of people, and I can't say it peer pressure because if you're a kid, I can kind of go for peer pressure, but once you get to an adult, you can't use the peer pressure tag. And I ain't never had to, because anything I did, I wanted to do it, even if it was stupid. Cause like I said, I was stuck on stupid. But I just would have told them, like, hey man, just make better decisions, you know what I'm saying? Stop taking people serious. Everybody ain't meant to be taken serious. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of problems come from. People give people too much, I ain't gonna say credit. It's a word, it can't come to me right now. It won't come to me right now, but most people put themselves in situations, especially dealing with other people, because it's like you giving them more than you supposed to, or you looking for them to give you more than you should be looking for, if that makes sense. It get deeper than that though. But it's like when somebody show you something, you ain't gotta mad the gas and take it to their screen. Just accept it for what it were. They might not rock with you how you rock with them. They might not care about you how you care about them. They might not be willing to go for broke for you if you willing to go for broke with them. So, the signs always be there, but our lack of judgment or whatever you want to call it, it just don't be there, or maybe we just trick ourselves to put it there. But yeah, so me being at Waycross, people were more structured. Like, you hear the term inmate, convict, all that. It's one and the same. It's just like different levels. If you would have to say, an inmate is a rookie and a convict is a veteran. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to pick how things played out, I'm kind of glad Waycross was my first camp, being that it was. I don't know what would have happened if I would have went to another camp, been around other people. But the people I was around at Waycross, I think the time was perfect since I had to be there. You know what I'm saying? When I got there, it was laid back. It really wasn't that going on. I think somebody ended up getting killed right before I transferred in '07, before I went to Smith. And I think dude had like less than 2 weeks before he got knocked off. But me getting in trouble with like some stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was stuck on stupid. Or might be going to chow. Police tell me to tie my boot. Just might cuss them out, go to the hole. That's so stupid, because if you gotta be in the box, and like I say, mom was coming through with some bread, dad was coming through with some bread, You got people who had nothing who thought I had a bag, and really I ain't got no bag and never had no bag. My people ain't neither, but my mom and my dad were able to send me a few dollars, and I was just able to make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ran a little store here and there, started playing a little ticket here and there, but never nothing major. And like I said, I ain't never carried no mule, never been in the loop. But I remember, like I say, going to the hole. Every time you turn around, I was in the hole. And when you in the box, man, if you got people who able to send you money or care enough about you to send you money, ain't no sense of going to the box, because you're going to get store restriction, phone restriction, packet restriction. Then they start hitting you with the visitation restriction. So like you would, unfortunately, you would have to leave that off for the people who really ain't got nothing going on and really don't care to have nothing going on, because that's stupid. You got people, sending you some money you can't even spend. You can't buy nothing but some stamps because you on phone restriction. And like I said, they before the evolution of cell phone, because I was at Reedville, which is Georgia State Prison, when the cell phone got heavy. And that was like I got there in 2008. I was on high max. I left Smith State Prison, went to Georgia State Prison, which is Reedville on high max. They gave me 5 years, but I did 2 and some change. But I saw him, the officer, he really pimped me, because he kicked my arm in a flap. And just so happened I had a little slicer, which is a razor, and I hit it at him. Man, that thing barely nipped, dude. But they gave me 5 years high max for that. But back to West State Prison. Going to the hole for stupid stuff, man. Police tell me to tie my boots. I cuss them out, go to the hole. Police tell you tuck your shirt in, cuss them out, go to the hole. And that was stupid. But going back and forth to the hole like that, it made me appreciate solitude. Like, I'm stuck in the cell, I can't come out, like, unless you go into the shower or going to the yard, which I rarely did, or you going to medical or something. Like, that's the only time you coming out that cell. But it gave me solitude, because I learned to tap into my inner self. Just started thinking, started running across some books, started reading. And those books, I was able to take what the book was talking about. And like I said, anything you see or hear, 9 times, well, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10. I'm gonna say 7 times out of 10, it's something in what you read or what you see or what you hear that you could just take out, because it might apply to you in some form or fashion. And the rest of it, just put it back out there into the universe. But when you hear something and it makes sense, not just because it sounds good, now if it makes sense, take it, and you might use it later on in your life, however, But I remember in my little mind, I thought I had came up with like when you think of something and you go through with it and it work, that kind of make you feel good. When you used to playing 80's, rap, playing Be Backfire, like when you used to trying somehow, or Cat Williams say about the tiger, trying, don't work, trying, don't work. It does into your mental, to where, like how Cat said, start down yourself. Am I really a tiger? Like, damn, I really got down, you know what I'm saying? It does into your mental. So when I feel I was on store, now, let me see how that played out. I had a DR, they gave me a walking DR. A walking DR when you don't go to the hole, but you still gotta go to DR coat. Alright. So I know for a fact I'm going to DR coat next week, because like I say, back in the day, it was kind of more structured. You get a DR. If it ain't no walking DR, you go into the hole, you gonna go to DR, you gonna get investigated for the DR within 72 hours, and you go on DR coat within 7 days, whatever they give you. You pretty much gonna get out, get time finished, or maybe one day after, before the change, they got real crowded. So I got a walking DR, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna get store restriction. So I'm like, my money hit late, and back then, the way they were doing the commissary, your people could send a money order to the chain gang, and they'll just put it on your book. When you get the envelope, you'll see a stamp on it, the stamp with red. That when nigga be like, I don't want no mail, unless it got that blood on it. Got the stamp will be on the back of the envelope red with how much money your people don't send you. So my money had hit a day late. they were doing it out of a 50-man dorm. Everybody had a different store day according to your last name. I want to say my day was like Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever it was. So I'm seeing her looking crazy. I'm like, gotta go a whole another week without store. And like I said, at that time, I don't start ringing. I don't been back and forth in the hole, learn how to think, start applying little stuff that I'm thinking about. Just learn how to maneuver a little better. Cause like I say, I was young and dumb. So I was like, the hole go to the store on such and such date. I don't miss my store date. It's a little Migo working hole. He was pretty cool. I ain't know him like that, but back then the hole, he was pretty cool. He ain't never did too much. S.A. really be laid back. But I'm like, I wonder if I get home a store sheet, tell him, or if I make store, I'll throw him a few items. When you hear items, just really talking about soups and honey buns, zoom and wham. I call them Scooby Snack. But I'm like, I wonder if I get home a store sheet and he put it in the whole store box. And I could try to get the officer to be like, hey man, I was in the hole, but I got out. So they probably gonna bring my store to the hole, but I talked to the officer, he called the store, he told him, cause back then, officer really didn't care about you like that too. They really care about you less now. But I went to him and said, hey man, I was in the hole, I got out. And I was just trying to make sure if I can still get my store. And he called, you know what I'm saying? So he called, they were like, yo, we got this store sheet. Once we finish the hole, we gonna come back up here and you can send them up, So in my mind, I'm like, damn, but I just jammed. So I just thought about it and I made it happen. So I feel kind of good about myself. Cause like, if you think about it, there are ways around everything. Even the people who don't escape prison, everybody don't escape because everybody ain't got that ability to think. Don't nobody want to be there, but very few people escape. So it takes a whole different type of thought pattern and thought process to figure out how to get out of it when they designed to keep you in there. And I said that to say this. It made me feel good. I went forward to go to the store because money got there late. I thought about something and I put it into fruition and it happened. So I'm like, cool, shot me go 5 suit. I'm like, okay, cool. But that was just a small thing when I was talking about people don't know how to think, people don't know how to process their thought. And I really didn't, and I'm still trying to master it now. But like I said, when you tired, man, there are things you can do to get around being tired. Like, don't nobody really want to work. At least not forever, you know what I'm saying? So there are really steps that you can take and things that you can do to boss up. Like you just gonna have to stop doing a whole lot of stuff and you're gonna have to start doing a whole lot of stuff and just don't let what you doing and what you don't supposed to do contradict each other. You know what I'm saying? Cause at the end of the day, if you want it, something gotta be done. So you either gonna do it or you ain't. And what I'm basically saying, you ain't gonna do it, just be quiet, man. Stop talking and start doing, cause don't nobody really want to hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Just stop talking about it and just do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. When I went to High Max, like I ain't really stayed at Smith that long. I probably stayed at Smith probably about 7 months. But it was. I see Smith now on some of the little video what was going on. I don't know. I hope them niggas get their shit together, man. Because even though you gotta be in there, and I don't know what half of the beef be about. Like I said, I ain't never really had no beef in there. My beef was with the police. But I hope niggas get that shit together, man. Like, that ain't how you do time, man. Like, I don't know about the politics or the little stuff, but everybody know you can't get no money with the police on your back and all that. You know what I'm saying? So shit, man. And a few people I know that don't been around, I seen them got killed or whatever. Some of them don't did they self, and I'm like, damn, boy. And I did 15 unscarred. Man, shit, that shit get real, man. Now I'm out here now. And I ain't got nothing to prove, man. I fucked my life up. Back out here now, taking it 2 days at a time. Like, shit, it is what it is. I fucked up. Now I'm trying to catch up. But I ain't on no stupid shit. I don't care what I ain't got. It's some shit I ain't finna do. Like, I ain't finna play with the police, man. I ain't trying to see them folk. I ain't trying to talk to them folk. I ain't trying to hear from them folk. You know, a few people don't pull it up on me talking about, hey, boy, we can all. I'm like, no, we can't, but you can. Like, shit, I hope you don't. But, yeah, no, but I ain't doing it. Yeah, no. I go hit this little clock and try to figure it out. Play me a scratch out here and there. Play me some number here and there. But I ain't playing with the law. And now, the way it's set up, you got people out here that they portray that raw, and it seem authentic. But you gotta think about it. It's a law. I don't know about every state, but Georgia, whoever squeal for get the deal for. So you can imagine you out here, you on that type of time, you doing this, you doing that, and what they gonna say it's a clique of 4 niggas, and 2 of these niggas already know they gonna tell if y'all ever get caught. So the authenticity of y'all kicking it ain't even neutral because, yeah, he out here doing the same thing you doing. He mashing the gas too. But the way the law work, they don't care. That's why me and somebody else can go kill somebody. But if I tell them, they gonna cut me a break. But that's crazy because we both still did it. But that's another mental deception where J. Edgar brought into play. You know what I'm saying? We don't care. Like, they gonna always do what they gonna do. But we just need to tear down the structure that could be built. You know how people always talking about, oh man, all black people gotta do it, come together. They been saying that since I was a jet. I just turned 39 the other day. So it is all we gotta do is come together. You would think we would have been did it, but some kind of way they don't demolish the foundation. So anything now, people just really be talking. And it's okay because eventually more people might lean to it, but people saying, oh, people starting to wake up. All we gotta do is this, all we gotta do is that. We've been saying that same thing for about 20 plus years now, far that I know. So this all we gotta do, why we ain't did it yet. Y'all know I don't got off track, but that's just how life feel, man. You even got training that don't came out track before. But more of the story is, man, you just gotta stay focused. If it's something you want, it's something you gotta do to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. Like, I ain't got no issues. I ain't got no resentment toward nothing because I feel like I came out alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here now doing what I do. I ain't got no issue, no problem. And like I said in one of my songs, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no op. They bring the police and I ain't trying to see no cops. Don't want no smoke. Don't want no baddies. They're trying to stack their money and buy some properties. Call me a lame, cause I ain't gang. 15 straight years in the bar, yeah, I don't change. Been through some things, but I still stand. Going through some things, but I still manage. And I used to be piped up too, ready for whatever like you. All gas, no break, ready to crash out too. Dead end living, no fucks given. Stuck over my grave and landed in the penitentiary. But man, life is for real, man. So you gotta be for real. Ain't nothing wrong with playing here and there, kicking it here and there, but you gotta look at what's going on. Like, these are our neighborhood. Don't give a fuck that we don't own no homes and shit like the majority. But you gotta think about it when you, cause we always used to say back in the day, white folk neighborhood, white folk neighborhood. Them people neighborhood look better than the hood because they take care of it. I don't care if they own the house or not. But you ride through the hood, you got trash and shit all on the ground, billboards everywhere. And that shit psychological. It's still our shit. We around here, kids shouldn't have to go outside and see cameras all in the yard and shit. So that we mentally dirty. You see what I'm saying? And I used to be a part of that. And now I remember I was around with a nigga. And we had on got out, seen some nigga we know had on got out. So, you know, I'm smoking a cigarette. And when I get finished, I rolled my fire out, and I rolled my little cigarette butt up, and I put it in my pocket. Like, but what the hell you got going on? What the hell you doing? But that's gonna be some chain and shit. I'm like, no, nigga, I don't just want to throw the little shit on the ground. Nigga, I don't know these folk like that. Like, the nigga we know them, but they had somebody else, huh? I don't know them folk like that, just be throwing cigarette butts in their yard. Man, I ain't on that type of time. I'm putting shit in my pocket. And goddamn, when we happen to walk by a track can, I put that shit in the track can. And if not, when we stop by the store, I put that shit in the track can by the gas pump. And they like, oh man, you Johnny out. I'm like, Johnny out? But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, man, they low. Up close and personal, man. We're just tapping in. I'm gonna try to be consistent. But you know, life be life. But shit, I'm built for it. Holla.